Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing great. Let the story begins. Percy Jackson and the last Olympian. The final apocalyptic storm has finally arrived at the gates of Manhattan, and the fate of the entire mortal and divine world rests on a razor-thin edge. For years, we trained in secret. We fought in the shadows, and we lost friends we loved dearly. But now, the ultimate reckoning has come. The Titan Lord Kronos has fully resurrected, taking complete control of Luke Castellan's body and leading an unstoppable, monstrous army straight toward the heart of New York City. With the Olympian gods drawn away to distant mountain ranges across the country to fight the terrifying primordial monster Typhon, the defense of Mount Olympus, and the mortal world fell entirely upon the shoulders of us demigods. Exhausted teenagers standing alone against an endless, suffocating tide of ancient darkness. Knowing that a direct frontal assault against such overwhelming numbers would mean certain doom, we devised a desperate, exhausting strategy to hold the city. We stationed campers, hunters, and nature spirits at every bridge, tunnel, and highway leading into Manhattan, turning every street corner into a bloody, high-stakes battleground. For days, the city echoed with the relentless clash of bronze swords, celestial shields, and roaring monsters. We fought through blinding smog, soaring Dracenii armies, and sleepless nights, holding our lines with every ounce of physical and mental strength we had left. Every city block lost felt like a heavy, devastating blow, but we refused to surrender the streets we called home, even as casualties mounted and our brave ranks grew thinner by the hour. The burden of this war wasn't just physical endurance. It forced us to confront painful, hard truths about our past, our families, and our loyalties. We unraveled the tragic history of how Kronos manipulated Luke into bearing his curse, and we finally discovered the terrifying, full scope of the great prophecy that had hung over my head for years. The prophecy foretold that a half-blood child of the eldest gods would reach 16 years old and make a single choice that would either save or destroy Olympus. As the ultimate battle reached its chaotic climax, Kronos and his terrifying vanguard breached the sacred marble threshold of Mount Olympus itself, smashing through the silent, abandoned throne room of the gods. Standing face to face with the supreme Titan Lord in the heart of our sanctuary, the final choice fell entirely upon my shoulders. The temptation of absolute power and the despair of total destruction weighed heavily in the air. But instead of letting the ancient curse consume us, I made the ultimate sacrifice of trust and identity, handing the cursed blade over to Luke. In his final lucid moment of profound clarity, Luke broke free from Kronos' malignant control, using a small silver dagger to strike his own vulnerable, mortal spot, the Achilles heel we had painfully uncovered, destroying the Titan Lord's physical form once and for all and saving the world from eternal darkness. In the emotional aftermath of the war, the smoke slowly cleared over a battered, bruised, but unbowed New York City. The gods returned to Mount Olympus, honoring the fallen heroes who gave their lives so that the world could live on, and rewarding the surviving demigods with unprecedented honors and recognition. We finally forced the Olympian Council to promise that they would acknowledge all of their divine children and build cabins for every single minor god at Camp Half-Blood, ensuring that no future demigod would ever feel abandoned or unloved again. Standing on the shores of Long Island, looking out at the open water, the eternal war was finally over, and for the first time in my life, a true, lasting peace was finally within our reach.